Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This reading is going to be for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. This is your December 2020 monthly reading. As always, if the reading resonates, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. There are also ways to donate to support this work. Any and all donations are greatly appreciated of any amount. And you know, it really helps to support this work in this channel, really any of those methods. So whatever you feel inclined to do, but of course, 'tis the season of giving, right? Okay, so Pisces, I was like I am a Pisces, for a lot of you probably already know that, but I was just like really feeling this very excited kind of anticipatory energy for your reading. And as I was shuffling and laying the cards out, obviously I've done that already. We're using the Cosmic Tarot. This is a 9-card grid. I felt like this hugely transformative energy, and it felt like it was like mostly taking place on the spiritual level, but then of course that sort of transformation and abundance and tapping into sort of your gifts, of course that filters down to our 3D reality as well. So for a lot of y'all, I feel like especially these last 2 months of 2020, especially if like you're sort of really sort of tapped in and tuned into your intuitive and psychic gifts, I feel like they've kind of been exploding. Okay. And I know that that's something that I can resonate with as well. So really exciting, because I feel like that's bringing on really exciting changes that are on the horizon, not just in terms of your sort of life purpose and work, but also in terms of your personal relationships and connections. So the first card that you have is the Emperor card, Aries energy, of course. And you'll notice right off the bat that we have the Emperor and the Empress right here. So this tells us that there's a true pair, right? A sort of spiritual soulmate connection of the highest level, right? And I feel like not only are you very, again, spiritually attuned and tapped in, but so is this other individual, okay? You have the Hierophant card here, right? So again, another spirituality card. And I do feel like it's like the divine has sort of been like, the thing is, I feel like as generally as a collective, as tuned in as you are, and though, you may have sort of been like feeling this energy, I feel like a lot was going on behind the scenes, and it really was like spirit and source, God, the universe, whatever you subscribe to, was like real, like was orchestrating all these things behind the scenes. And like you're gonna see when it plays out, like just how sort of divinely ordered and timed and like truly magical it really is. Again, it feels like really exciting. And again, I'm also getting here that for a lot of you, you may sort of be spiritual practitioners as well, right? Or again, you're just very sort of spiritually attuned and tapped in. Again, your gifts may have been increasing, or maybe, you've just been sort of like reestablishing your sort of spiritual relationship and understanding, or sort of like learning or exploring new things as well. The other thing is like, I'm getting that you are like, it's almost like you're training yourself to literally not be affected by anything outside of yourself, right? Which is like a really kind of admirable goal. Because it's almost like, if anyone has ever read the book, The 4 Agreements, it's like, which, very quickly they are: be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, never make assumptions, and always do your best, right? Which are really good things to strive towards. And I love how at the end of the book, the author, who I believe is Paulo Coelho, but don't quote me on, it might be Don Miguel Ruiz. I'm sort of getting mixed up now between The Alchemist and the 4 Agreements. Anyway, but at the end of the book, the author sort of says, like, of course, each of us is going to fail at these agreements all the time. The point is in the effort and trying, right? And that's a lot about what I believe, right? My takeaway has been from my own sort of spiritual understanding and work, and even coming into this work, right? Is that it's in the sort of effort and the faith and the trust that you put forward, right? And that's the sort of energy and vibration that the universe picks up on. So keep doing what you're doing. The next card that you have here is the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. And Threes have been coming up a lot, and obviously it's definitely something that I associate with the sign of Pisces, even if you're born in February, right, which is the second month of the year, but especially for us March Pisces. And I think the High Priestess is also the third card as well, so just keep that in mind. Oh no, the Empress, I'm sorry, it's the Empress. So but we have two threes following each other here in the reading, right? So with the Three of Pentacles, again, I sort of feel like to me, this is indicating like sort of like working on yourself, right? Sort of being in that process of building up wherever sort of you are in the stage of that. I do also feel like you may sort of be like partnering or working or collaborating with people, right? Whether those are sort of new people, new sort of acquaintances, introductions that have come into your life, or whether those are sort of existing connections and relationships that you're fostering. Or, you know, I do also feel like it's like it could be personal connections, but you're starting to realize that y'all might have some overlap in terms of like your, you know, work passions, what you want to do with sort of with your life as well, which would be like your life purpose, right? Or your spiritual purpose. The next card you have here is, of course, the partner to the Emperor, the Empress, right? It's really, it's unusual that they both come out in a spread. So that is, again, a very sort of divinely ordered sign, shall we say, right? And again, whether you are actually connected with this individual now or not, I do feel like, you know, well, if you're connected with them now, then you know who it is, right? But I do feel like the relationship could be sort of going to a next level, which I'll get to in a bit. But if you haven't met this person yet, it does feel like it's just on the horizon. I don't really like to attach time to my reading, but I do feel like it's like between now and like the first few months of the year, right? Again, the first 3 months of the year. And the Empress too sort of talks about, again, sort of, you know, creativity, fertility. For some of you, it could be literal, because all across this middle row, we have the Empress, we have the Judgment, right? Which Judgment is a rebirth kind of energy. It almost looks like the characters are being reborn, right? They're not babies. They're more adult size, but they're coming up out of the earth almost as if they were seeds that were planted that have been reborn. And again, this could be sort of talking about connections with other people as well. I'm also getting a lot of just like compassion off of this card. I feel like you've been sort of working and cultivating your own compassion, working on your heart space, and that's been reverberating outward. And I feel like that's reflecting in your relationships and in your work. The next card you have also, to me, sort of, you know, the imagery anyway, sort of reminds me of birth, right? With this Ace of Pentacles, this coin sort of bursting up out of the ground, right? Look at all that imagery about sort of bursting out, right? On the Judgment card, on the Ace of Pentacles, and the Empress sort of talks about that as well too. I really feel this very strong connection to your heart chakra as well as your solar plexus chakra. So you may sort of feel that as well. And again, you may have been sort of specifically doing work around sort of those energetic bodies. I do also feel like really, again, tapping into your creativity, because for some of you, this could be talking about like literal fertility, right? Whether it's right now or again, sort of on the horizon. Could be you, could be someone that you're connecting with here, right? Lots of earth energy coming up in this reading, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, actually, which is the next card here with the Hermit. The other message with the Ace of Pentacles is that there could be some sort of, you know, offer or opportunity on the horizon. Again, could be work related, could be some sort of, you know, gift. I'm sorry about that, y'all. This is the second time that's happened. I need to remember to put my phone on airplane mode when I record. But yeah, some type of, you know, gift or sort of a loan, some monetary influx that comes in, or if it's not tangible, again, it's like maybe an idea or some sort of new partnership or collaboration, or, you know, a piece of advice or knowledge that's really, really valuable to you here. Okay. The next card that you have, again, Virgo energy with the Hermit card. Hermit, of course, is all about going within and connecting. Notice again, you have two very spiritual cards here with the Hierophant, with the Hermit, and then of course the Emperor and the Empress. So lots of major arcana, major changes coming in for you here. You have the Wheel of Fortune, which we'll talk about in just a second. And the Princess of Wands right next. So again, this energy, sort of this implication of kind of, you know, something, it's almost like a fire that's starting, right? A fire that you start with, like it's like a spark or a little flame, and then it grows, right? It grows into sort of something really quite large. But I'm feeling more of like, it's interesting that I thought of the author of The Alchemist, because I'm almost like literally seeing like alchemy, right? Like the magician kind of energy, and sort of using all the tools and resources that you have at your disposal, your own latent talents, your connections, your knowledge, whatever it is, right? To sort of, again, birth or create something new, whether it's sort of metaphorically or literally. And finally, you have the Four of Pentacles, right? So I feel like this has been a lot about sort of your grounding and your stability. I feel like this is about, you know, sort of creating that sense of home for yourself, whether it's in like the literal physical manifestation of home, or more in the sort of internal sense of home, and that sense of grounding and well-roundedness, and having, again, sort of this system of support that really makes you sort of feel secure. The card that was coming up at the bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. So again, another indicator that there's massive change that's happening or that is on the horizon. Obviously, having the Wheel of Fortune in the upright is a very sort of auspicious symbol, right? And so it says that you're heading into sort of, again, a very positive, manifestative kind of like, think of sun rising kind of period of your life, right? And really embrace it and enjoy it and appreciate that, right? Because as we all know, life has ebbs and it has flows, right? So when you're on a high streak, right? When you're on sort of, the more that you sort of appreciate, you know, any period sort of abundance or joy, success, whatever the cases may be, the more you are likely to attract that to yourself. And even if you may be going through difficult circumstances, right, sort of fortifying yourself with that gratitude, grounding yourself in gratitude will help you sort of get through even those more difficult periods until the Wheel of Fortune comes back upright again, right? Because the Wheel of Fortune is always changing, but again, you have it up here and you have it here in the upright. And then you have this 10 of Wands here reversed, right? So again, I feel like you're coming to sort of closing out, you know, old past karmic cycles. That's been a very collective energy of late, especially in this eclipse season. Especially, I think, you know, so many people are just looking forward to closing out this year, right? And maybe for some of you, it's been sort of like a series of difficult years, right? And again, it could be that there's like sort of a person or a situation, you know, that you've been sort of dealing with and connecting with, that, you know, you're sort of like working to move away from or let go, or you're just sort of transforming into new energy, right? No longer sort of holding on to things that sort of keep you stuck or stagnant or hold you back or weigh you down. Okay. For a lot of you, I am picking up on this connection to Saturn. So whether it's related to, you know, your Saturn return or wherever Saturn sort of may be in your birth chart, if that's something that you know, just pay attention to that as well, because it feels like karmic, this sort of karmic completion energy that I'm feeling feels related to that. Okay. But again, I feel like, I almost feel like you're like, I don't even care. Like that's in the rear view mirror. Okay. But again, the 10 of Wands is coming up here. Actually, it's probably a good thing that it's coming up reverse, because it probably means that, again, you are just, you know, letting that go, dropping it like a bad habit. All right, we're going to get your numerology card and then we'll close out the reading. Obviously, these videos will be stitched because of the phone call that I got. Look at that, love partnership. I'm telling you, with that Emperor and Empress, I feel like a lot of you, you're going to meet like your, you know, your long-term, if not life-term partner. Again, if you haven't already. Okay, financial discipline is coming up here for you. It's a really interesting card with the Four of Pentacles, right, which can also be about saving as well. I think I neglected to mention that. And with this Ace of Coin, right? So let's say that you are working on your financial goals, right? And let's say you sort of get some, again, a bonus, perhaps a promotion, a loan. This is saying, you know, what are you going to do with that, right? Are you going to sort of invest it and use it wisely for your furtherment and betterment and for your goals, or are you going to squander it, right? So let's read for this card and then we'll close out the reading. Number 48. Financial discipline. This card indicates a need for financial discipline if you wish to build a strong foundation for your future. You are constantly surrounded by opportunities to attract abundance. However, you must follow up with action, right? Princess of Wands, if you wish to see results. Setting the intention to be financially secure and then taking appropriate steps, such as putting a little money aside each week, is enough to shift your vibration toward the outcome you desire. excuse me, perhaps you've been spending money on unnecessary things rather than saving for your dream. Maybe a play now, pay later mentality has left you living on credit or in debt. Perhaps it seems that money goes out faster than it comes in. Whatever the case may be, you are being encouraged to adopt an attitude of abundance, seek financial advice, budget, and attend a workshop or read a book about creating wealth. The affirmation here says, the universe is abundant and I am financially stable and secure. I love that. So Pisces, again, this has been your December 2020 monthly reading. If the reading resonates, again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, or donate if you feel so inclined. What else? If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so through my website, or feel free to contact me on any of my social media channels. Not really Facebook. I would say more so reach out to me on Instagram or Twitter, only because I don't really check Facebook that much, and I only do on my computer, and my computer's not working right now, so I'm not checking it at all until that issue is resolved. So anyway, again, thank you so much for watching. The mid-month readings will be the year ahead card spread. So if you caught the one for 2020, or it's still available, if you'd like to go watch it, there's a playlist that you can find. Do come back and check that out. And again, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Bye.